Hey folks, welcome to Guitar Daily. There's a beautiful old tune called The Shadow of Your Smile by Johnny Mandel. Thought today what I'd talk about is playing a solo version of a song. I think a lot of times when we learn songs, we might learn a song and go, right, and we'll pick out a melody line like that. However we get it from it, by ear, using a real book, whatever, you know. But we'll learn a melody line first, right? And then the next thing we do is usually go about learning chords, or maybe it's the other way around. You learn the chords first, and we'll go ba-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da. To me, like, one thing that's really useful is to try and see how did the two combine, right? I've got a real book here. Not that I like using real books, as you all know if you've seen my thing. But you see, there's the chart for this song, right? And the thing with this is that the chart kind of shows me the melody and it shows me the chords above. It doesn't show me them both at the same time. So if we look at the first part of that melody, well, the first bit is a pickup, right? So we don't need to play chords with that. But, I mean, we could if we wanted to. You know, it's too much. Just play the melody. That's the first note that needs to be a chord, right? So just start by going. Now it's a C sharp note and that chord's an F sharp minor. So we could go, or we could go. That's probably a better choice. I think that's what I might have done in that intro. And then it goes, da-dum, F sharp, D sharp. So we can go to a B7 or we can go to a B7 flat 9. It's probably better. And then the melody there is a C note against the B. And then, alright. So now we've kind of come up with a way of playing the chords and the melody at the same time. And what we do on the E minor is up to us, right? Maybe some kind of descending like that, line like that. Now the next bit of the melody should be just the melody. And that one there is an E note against an A minor chord. And that one there's an F sharp against a D7 chord. So I know straight away with my D7 I can go D7 flat 9 if I choose. Right? And the next note is a G major 7 but with a third on the top. Because the melody is the B. And then it's going to go to a C major 7. So we could go G major 7, G7 sharp 5 to C. If we wanted to, we could go G major 7, G7 flat 9. Any number of combinations. It could be G major 7 like this. You choose how you want to voice it. But just start by trying to land your chords on the strong beats of the melody, right? And it can be very simple. As simple as that, right? So on and so on. You get the idea, right? And all I'm trying to do is just plant a chord down. Now, I won't necessarily play like this. This is not solo guitar playing. You know, this is just simply trying to play a chord and a melody at the same time. Solo guitar stuff has a bunch of different things. We could play bass lines, we could play chords. We don't necessarily want to play all chords on downbeats, but as an exercise, this is a good way to try and get a song learned, right, and in our heads. And the thing is, the more you do this, the more you'll start to see what the real chords of the song are, right? Because a lot of times it's incorrect. And I mean, I've talked about this before in these real books. I mean, look at the last chord, right? It says G6. So they want you to play a G6 and the root note is a G. Now, it doesn't need to be that. It could be whatever you want. It could be, you know, an A flat into a G, whatever you particularly hear, right? But the thing is, like, yeah, it could be an E flat chord. Something like that to get you there, however you want to do it. But the thing is, with it, as soon as you see a G6 on the page, you're probably going to play a G6, aren't you? Instead of just playing, okay, I know my note's a G chord of some sort, and the melody note is a G note, so I've got a lot of options. I go G major 7 sharp 5. Right, maybe I want to keep the tension going for a little while, or maybe I'm going to go G diminished. Like that, and resolve to the major. Or like I did before, E flat with a G, A flat with a G to G. Or even as a chromatic passing, or and there's a kind of a descending pattern, or whatever your level of harmony understanding is, use it. Right? But the thing is, what I find useful out of doing this is I learn tunes on a deeper level, right? And then, like I said, when I get into a bandstand, on the bandstand, I don't necessarily do any of this. Like I might decide, it might be no need for me to play the melody, right? But I always want to know what it is, even if I'm not playing it, because it informs my chords and informs my understanding of the song. And also, you don't get lost. Because the thing is, if you keep singing the melody in the back of your mind, you won't get lost when you're in a jam session or a gig or recording, whatever, because the melody will keep your place for you, right? So I'm singing it in my head. So and so on, right? And I can hear in my head where that melody's going, even though I wasn't actually playing it. So I hope this has been useful. If it has, please subscribe. I post every day on YouTube. I do all kinds of manner of stuff, from jazz stuff to rock stuff to funk stuff. I'm a session musician, so I play a lot of different music all the time, and a lot of different instruments and different styles and things. So I like to, this is going to be quite diverse, this channel. It's going to be a mixture of different things, but I think that's a good thing, right? We live in an age where there's a lot of different music around, and I mean, like, even if you said the word pop, like pop music now, what does that mean? Snoop Dogg is pop music, right? Sometimes, I mean, he's on that Katy Perry song, whatever it is. Then Katy Perry is pop songs. John Mayer is pop songs. Lots of music can be pop songs of all kinds. Bruno Mars, you know what I mean? There's a huge amount of styles going in there. So I kind of think, make the most of all the music. So that's kind of what I'm doing with this channel. And if you like this stuff, please share it with other people. That's really a useful thing you can do. The PayPal is open if you care to donate. Someone mentioned too about buy me a coffee. I'm going to set that up in the next couple of days. Sounds like a good thing. Why not? If people are into that sort of stuff, all good. Anyway, thanks so much. I will see you tomorrow.